Hello everyone, Lauren from Unicorn Reviews here, and it's been a while, but today we're going to be reviewing the Logitech G27 racing wheel. Can you guys see this? Yes, you can. So it's just a leather wheel, and they say it's real leather, real metal, so you can do real racing. Great marketing stuff. Pretty much what you get is just the wheel with dual force feedback motors, indicator lights, and then you got your pedals, which finally they have a wheel with a clutch and a proper gear stick without having to pay an awful lot of money for something like Fanatec wheels or the even more expensive stuff. So I'm just going to unbox this now. It has been opened before. Can you see this? It's been opened quite a lot actually. And the first thing I found here is the shifter, which is dusty. There you go. So this is your shifter. It's a 6-speed and then reverses there. Actually, for reverse you push it down and then you can go there. The other one is 6th gear. So it comes with this clamp system, and you just do the screws, or you could just use bolts and screw it in place real tight. Comes with a one of these serial cables, and then you just plug that into your steering wheel itself. This is the power brick. So it's just a small brick. I expected it to be bigger. Kind of also expected the box to be bigger. It's just 2 pins, so there's no ground, but why would you need a ground on a racing wheel, right? Then the wheel itself. There we go. The wheel itself is the thing that has the USB cable, which goes into your computer, obviously. And as you can see, can you see? Yes, you can. It's a leather wheel. This is aluminum. And they got 6 buttons, 3 on either side, and then a rather nice click on the pedals. It's not very heavy. It's got this racing-ish look. I don't know why they do that. It's pretty useless, but whatever. The same type of mounts, so with screws, or yeah, there is room for 2 bolts. Which is weird. I would have liked to see 4, but only 2. There's nothing here. So, and then last but not least, the pedals. Oh, these are big and heavy. I'm not trying to make a yo mama joke here, but they are big and heavy. There we go. So these are the pedals. Again, comes with one of these. Plug that into your steering wheel. The pedals, 6 bolt mounts, and they also got rubber anti-slip stuff. It's pretty heavy, so I don't really think it's going to slip away from you, but always bolt stuff in. So right here you got the clutch, which is quite stiff. The brake, which is even stiffer. And then the smaller pedal is the throttle, which is a bit lighter than this one. Now, it's not load cell activated like high-end pedal sets, so I don't know what it's going to be like yet, but hopefully it'll be good. So that was the unboxing part, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install it, install drivers, which I'm sure once came with it, but I don't have them here right now. And then I'm going to play some video games with it, and I'm going to show you the video games playing with this wheel, and then afterwards I'll do a conclusion. Alright guys, so the G27 wheel is now installed, more or less. As you can see, Project Cars, pretty much the only game I play nowadays. So you got the shifter, so and this did just stall my engine, but the shifter, from what I've been playing with, is pretty good, but it's a bit inaccurate. So sometimes when I'm in 6th gear and I want to downshift, I downshift straight to 3rd, which causes the car to spin instead of going to 5th. So that's a bit of a problem. Other than that, it's pretty good. The wheel itself, I don't really know if you guys can see this very well, but there is a bit of dead zone, and it's also, this is really weird, the self-centering works a bit weird, and especially when you're completely stationary, it's very hard to turn the wheel, and then the thing just, this is probably just Project Cars though, but the thing just starts freaking out, which is pretty weird. It's funny, but it shouldn't do it. So yeah, what I've done is I've just mapped traction control, stability, ABS, and the camera, and then this is just to cycle through menus and everything. So you can assign these to whatever you want. You don't even need to manually assign them in the software. Project Cars will, what will it do? It will detect the buttons, so you don't have to map them to keys on your keyboard. What I have to say is, these, which are ways to screw them in, they're pretty good. This is very well put in place, but the wheel, that's a different story, because I have to put like a little note block underneath because this is too thin. So how you solve that? Well, you got these M6 bolts, they bolt in, but I haven't done that yet because first I need to you know, work my way around everything, figure out how everything works, and then I can set it up to fit my, just, you know, so that it fits me perfectly, really. Also, this is the LED indicator, so I'm just gonna start the car. There it goes, car is started. As you can see, and I'm just gonna slowly accelerate. I'm not even looking at my screen, but this does work, which I was afraid of. Again, even more buttons here. 6 Allen heads, so you can actually take the wheel off, put another wheel in place. Looking from the back, there's the, if you want to shift with the pedals, you can do that. It automatically switches between the stick and the pedals. There's a massive amount of cables, so you got one power cable and everything fits underneath the wheel, which makes your cabling a bit hard at times, but pretty sure I could just, you know, bundle everything together here on the side of my little racing pod, which is just made out of MDF wood. It's easy, cheap to make. I think this thing cost me like 30 euros. And then there's also the pedals, and it's a bit dark to film these, but I have to say throttle is great, clutch is great, but what's not so great is the brake, because it takes an awful lot of force to press it in. I mean, you can hardly do it by hand, so it takes an awful lot of force to push it in, but then there's also a lot of brake travel. So what it does is it makes it feel as if you're driving a car and the brakes aren't bled very well. That's the feeling you get, but with more resistance. So your braking can be a bit difficult with this thing at first. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put you guys on the tripod, and I really am just all going to do this on camera. Hopefully I won't screw up. I'm just going to play some video games here, and you guys just have to watch. And obviously there won't be any sound, so hopefully, and that was pretty much the point of what I'm doing, is let you guys hear how loud the unit is, because the shifting and the braking can be pretty loud at times. Also the force feedback is pretty loud sometimes. So I'm just gonna play a bit. I'll probably like cut pieces out of this, but anyway. So in first gear, We immediately stop the car for some reason. And so now we can start. So I can just shift with these, with the flappy paddles, or I can just switch to using the stick, and then I can, you know, like automatic clutch and everything. You can set all of that in here as well, which is pretty awesome. Now my seating position isn't perfect yet, because this was set up for a different wheel. See, this is what I say when sometimes you accidentally go from 6th to 3rd and you lock up the wheels. Well, you don't lock them up, you under-rotate them. So you're pretty much over-revving your engine, which is really annoying, and which will blow up your engine if you do it in real life. But in this game, it's, you know, damage is off. I don't even think the game has damage yet. So yeah, as you can hear, it's pretty loud at times when you're shifting. And I went over track limits. This time I went from 6th to 3rd without locking up. So actually, what I think I'm going to do is, oh yeah, you guys did not see this, did you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it the award already. The Logitech G27 comes in at 240 euros at the moment. I think I've seen it for as low as $200 on Amazon. I'm not sure, but I'm going to give it a silver unicorn because I'm not at all happy with how the brakes work. I think Fanatec does a way better job at that with load cells, and it also makes it feel way more realistic. And the shifter is a bit loud and terribly inaccurate as well. It's a bit like driving like a cheap city car, you know, like a Fiat 500, something like that. That is pretty much exactly what this, oh crap, what this shifter feels like. But then the good things are you get a lot of buttons. It feels as if, you know, there's quite some quality to the product. It's not too heavy, so you can still carry it around. Flat out through rouge isn't going to work here, so lifting off the brake slightly. You got a massive amount of buttons, so you can pretty much assign something to everything, which is really helpful. The software is easy to install. The shifter lights worked without me actually having to put a lot of effort into it, because sometimes there's like driver problems. And I've missed my apex. I missed everything there. So yeah, the Logitech G27 gets a silver award. Please subscribe, and if you got any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments.